When you first open drafting software, a blank screen can feel paralyzing, but building complex architectural plans doesn't require a master's degree in software engineering. The real barrier for beginners is the interface itself. Staring down hundreds of visible tools, ribbons, and drop-down menus causes instant decision fatigue. You can bypass the interface completely by ignoring the menus and learning just 15 core keyboard commands. You have everything required to construct a fully functional floor plan from scratch. Reading a list of shortcuts won't help you retain them. To build permanent muscle memory, you have to apply them to a concrete, practical project. We are going to build a room. Before drawing a single line, you have to establish digital order. Type LA and press Enter to open layer management. Create 2 distinct layers. Name one walls and the other furniture. Structural elements must be isolated from movable objects to let you edit rooms without deleting contents. Make walls your active layer. Type REC for the rectangle command. Press Enter and click 2 opposite corners to define the outer perimeter of your layout. A room isn't a paper-thin line. Type O for offset. Enter a specific wall thickness and click your rectangle. This expands the border outward, creating a precise, uniform buffer zone that serves as a solid wall structure. As your layout expands, type Z to zoom or P to pan. These navigation mechanics keep your workspace centered and visible as the design grows. Establishing organizational layers early prevents your drawing from becoming a tangled, uneditable mess as details grow. Now we need a way to walk into this room. Type L for the line command and draw 2 intersecting boundaries straight through that solid wall to define a doorway. To clear a space between those lines, we use a destructive tool, the trim command, by typing TR. The most common error here is clicking the segment you want to delete while forgetting to select the cutting edges that trap it. To avoid that entirely, use the double Enter shortcut. Type TR, press Enter twice, and the software automatically selects all potential boundaries. Now, clicking a segment instantly cuts it away based on the nearest intersecting lines. If you accidentally cut the wrong line, initiate the immediate recovery protocol. Type EX for the extend command. Select your boundary edge and click your shortened line to instantly project it forward until it hits that border. Destructive commands like trim and restorative commands like extend act as 2 equal halves of a continuous spatial editing loop, allowing you to refine your geometry at will. Switch your active layer to furniture to construct the internal elements. Type REC to draft a rectangular table, and type C to create a circular chair by specifying a center point and a radius. Type M, select your shape, and click a dot on the object to anchor the movement vector. Click empty space instead, and the software calculates trajectory from that void. The shape moves erratically, landing in the wrong location. You must execute a strict sequence. Select the object, press Enter, click a precise origin point on the item, and finally, click your exact destination. Drafting software does not literally pick up and carry objects. It calculates distance vectors based strictly on the origin point you define. Redrilling the same chair manually wastes time. Type CO for the copy command to duplicate the chair linearly, setting a base point to place exact replicas down one side of the table. To populate the other side, type MI for the mirror command. Select the chairs you copied, then specify a central axis down the middle of the table. The software instantly projects a perfectly symmetrical arrangement on the opposite side. If you're working with a round table, type AR for the array command. Choose a polar array, select the center of the table, and the software uses polar distribution math to multiply the chair around the entire circumference. Undo and redo function as safety nets, allowing you to quickly roll back a misaligned array or a misplaced copy without restarting the scene. Mastering duplication commands allows you to build out large-scale layouts by repeating simple elements instead of redrawing every chair manually. Review the completed layout. You have successfully drafted thick, cleanly trimmed walls, properly scaled furniture, and perfectly symmetrical arrays. Open layer management one last time and toggle the visibility of the furniture and walls layers off and on. By establishing those rigid groups at the beginning, you ensured the structural integrity of the file. By combining these 15 commands, you now have the tools needed to construct the core geometry of a standard architectural floor plan. Your next step is to abandon the software's visual menus entirely. Keep your left hand over the keyboard, relying solely on these keystrokes to execute tasks until they become unbreakable muscle memory.